Department 4? Right out front. Which court? You have it now, and got me another. Next time, have the information. You have it, that's all that needs to be said. You have no axe to grind.
The long-awaited decision in the Huey Newton murder trial, which has drawn worldwide attention, is now very near. The jury of 7 women and 5 men are deliberating the fate of the Black Panther leader on the 8th floor of that building. It is their job to decide whether he is guilty of killing Oakland policeman John Fry and wounding Officer Herbert Haynes in a pre-dawn shootout last October 28th. 2 floors above the jury, in his cell, Huey Newton, who has made almost no show of emotion during the 8 weeks of trial, calmly awaits the decision of the jury. I talked to Newton in the jail.
As far as the proceedings thus far, that the courts have only reflected the racist attitude of the general power structure, that I haven't received a fair trial, that I should not have been indicted in the first place. I was indicted by a blue ribbon grand jury, a middle-class white grand jury that did not represent a cross-section of the community. And
You say you don't feel you've had a fair trial?
no.
Why?
Number one, that the judge has been very racist throughout the proceeding, very pro-prosecution, that I don't feel that I should have been tried at all, and if I had been tried, if there was an inkling of reason to try me, I should not have been tried for first-degree murder. That if the judge had not been a racist, that he would have amended the charges to a manslaughter, perhaps. The very fact that he didn't dismiss the whole charge reflects his racism.
Some of your supporters have said that the trial, that you are a political prisoner.
That are oppressing people of color all over the world, and on a local level, the police, fascist police, are suppressing, repressing the white revolutionaries as well as the blacks who speak of and who are attempting to attain liberation. So I am not standing for violence, but I do stand for self-defense.
Back to the trial for one moment.
Could you just keep on talking?
What about your future if you're on the street next week?
I will continue to organize the black community in a political fashion. I will help in the campaign of Eldridge Cleaver for president, and my own campaign for 7th Congressional District. And I think this will be a large job, because it's going to be done from a grassroots level, from door to door in the community. It will we will consider the people on 7th Street who stand on the corners, who have lost all faith in this society. And matter of fact, all other, we will attempt to rehabilitate them, to show them that there is possibly some gains in political action, and if it's sincere, and if the black people have exclusive control of it within their community. So in my campaign.
You say, you got enough, Steve?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, dear. The long-awaited decision in the Huey Newton murder trial, which has drawn worldwide attention, is now very near. The jury of 7 women and 5 men... You went too soon, Steve. See, you have to stay up there too long. Now the close. Also awaiting the verdict is a small group who said they are holding a vigil in support of Huey Newton. That's enough. Yeah. Also awaiting the verdict is a small group of persons who said they're holding a vigil in support of Huey P. Newton. This is the good one, editor.
I personally have not bought any weapons outside of the state. If there are Panthers who want to go out and buy a weapon outside of the state, that's his business. We don't transport weapons across the line. I don't transport weapons across the line. If they are transported, I don't think it makes no darn difference. The Constitution of the United States still says a man has a right to own and carry a weapon. We do not farm arsenals. We distribute all our weapons, the weapons that come to this party, and get other people to buy their weapons. This is a part on the police department who announced this to the media to try and set Black Panther members up and other black people up in the community to try to arrest them for having arsenals. The guns that black people have and the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense has are distributed to black people in their homes for them to be able to defend themselves against any form of attacks by racism. They're raising a ruckus about black people having guns. Why don't they raise a ruckus about the racists who've had guns for over 100 years and been using them against us, black people, in our communities, murdering and lynching us?
White producers don't relate to, because all they relate to is exploiting the black community, making $1.5 million to $10 and $15 million on these movies. They use the black community to make the movies in the first place. So why can't the black community at least get a percentage back? Like to all the 20 different survivor programs, they should get a percentage of the overall movie. If they make $10 million and they gave 1 or 2%, that would be good, but they can give whatever percentage they want to give, but we say that that's what's got to happen.
Community.
A white producer owns this movie. We're tired of these white producers coming and making black movies, and then in turn are exploiting the black community. Also, the black extras who live in Oakland and Berkeley and around the area only getting $10 a day. They should be getting $50 a day. And we think a percentage of the movie should be left to the community survival programs in the black community.